Today I need to talk about something that's actually important, and it's something that happened in real life. Uh, 2 hours ago, actually, I made a community post about how my life isn't actually that good lately, and that Go Animate video I made, part of it hasn't happened yet, but it was all based on a real story. Um, and I also did mention that these videos that I believe were called the Stealing Spree series weren't staged, and that's actually a part of my life, although it's unfortunate, and I really don't like that part of my life. But if you want to know what that's about, go check them out yourself. I don't really want to talk about that kind of thing too much. Now, before I talk about this incident, I'd like to talk about my life before that incident. Before all this happened, I was working at McDonald's. I was only working there for 2 weeks until there was another incident. I don't want to talk about that too much, but I didn't work there anymore. It was just um, people just weren't talking to me very nicely, and I didn't take it very well. And I guess, as usual, when you're the victim, you have to. Well, when you're not the victim, you have to make yourself the victim. Anyway, I don't work at McDonald's anymore, and I'm gonna put that behind me. Now, after I didn't work at McDonald's anymore, I actually got a job at Rally's, which, if you didn't know, is also known as Checkers in some cases. Uh, it's, your normal restaurant. They sell burgers and fries. They also have mozzarella sticks, and I don't know, you probably heard of them. I was working there, and it was like the perfect job. I was making $12 an hour. We got free food, and pretty much everything was perfect with that job. I mean, I'd kind of have liked to work more hours, but I was making money. Um, yeah, I was working at Rallies, which is actually um this incident I'm about to talk about is why I don't work there anymore. So one day, my mom was going to have surgery. It wasn't anything major. It was just a surgery that she needed to have. So I drove her to the hospital. I don't know how early in the morning it was, but I'm sure it was in the morning. Um, I got tired of I didn't want to sit there and wait until after the surgery because I wanted to go home and not sit there. The hospital's really slow as it is, so surgery it's gonna take even longer. Um, but later I come back and she's in post op. Everything's kind of going fine except for blood pressure, but it wasn't anything major. And I couldn't stay there because I had to go to work. And my uncle, who I don't know if I've ever talked about him, he owns this car repair shop. He'll be very important in another part of the story, which I really don't like. But I went to work. Everything was fine that day. But this is only the beginning. Over the next couple days, my mom would end up getting sick. We didn't know what was going on, but one day I was waking up by my sister at 4 in the morning saying that I needed to convince her to go to the hospital. And, at first I was like, oh, she was just being lazy and she wanted me to do it, but mom just wasn't listening to my sister, and the way she was, she probably should go to the hospital. So eventually, she decided to let me take her, and we went there. And this is kind of where it all went downhill. We were there for probably 7 or 8 hours, and I mean, she was throwing up. She was in pain. She's always in pain, but they do some tests, and they start to realize, okay, something's going on with her kidneys. There's something going on with. I don't know if they knew about her intestines at this point in time, but there was something going on, and they had to transfer her down about 40 or 50 miles to a town below us to another hospital because they didn't have the professionals there, and if they didn't do it, she was going to die. So there was really no way around it. And this is the first time something this bad has happened, except for my dad, which in the past I barely remember that. He had a lot of issues, but he's no longer with us. He passed away about 4 years ago. But I mean, there was no other way around this. I watched them take her away, and at that moment in time, the idea in my head started forming that maybe they did something wrong during the surgery.